Online. Oh, awesome. Uh, Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome back if you're coming back. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Jedith, and happy Tuesday. At the time of this filming, this is a Tuesday, you guys. I just figured out how to work this new laptop that I have. So if I'm not really quite looking into the camera, forgive me. That is what's happening is I got a new laptop and I'm going live on my new laptop. That's what's happening. So, for those of you who are joining, what we're going to be discussing here today, I'm going to be straight to the point because I know a lot of you have short attention spans. And what we're here to talk about is how to sell. What we're here to talk about, guys, is how to start selling digital products online, and specifically the strategy that you're going to be using to sell these digital products. Because so many of you have products of your own, you have affiliate products, you have done for you digital products. But here's the thing, you fell for the hype. You thought that all that you had to do was set up a stand store, set up a beacon store, and things would be flying out of that store. But guess what? That is not happening, right? Because here's the thing, you need a strategy, right? You need a strategy. Hmm, Excuse me, guys. Hmm, Excuse me, okay? Anytime I start talking, this happens, okay? But we move. Anyways, what I was saying is that you do need a strategy to sell these products. And what I'm seeing a lot of people start to do, and I did it myself before I started to see sales, I was doing this myself. And let me tell you, I struggled for months. I was not making any sales. I was not getting anywhere. I was getting frustrated. Yes, I was consistent. Yes, I was showing up every single day. But you guys want to get something? Nothing was moving. Nothing was moving the needle. So you need a solid strategy to get the right people in front of your product. And that is what I'm here to talk about. So if this sounds like something that you would be interested in, stay in and let me know in the comments if this live is over. Let me know in the comment section, how are you guys finding selling digital products? Are you struggling? Like, what is it that you're struggling with? Because let me tell you, something that I was struggling with was two things. I was struggling with converting the sales, the DMs, like people would DM me, send me direct messages, and I would basically say something or sell too quickly, and they would basically ghost. And the second one I was struggling with, so I was number one, struggling with converting leads to sales. Number two, I was struggling with basically just sales, just even bringing the right kind of people to my account so that I could even make those sales. And I was consistent. I was doing all of that stuff, especially on IG, the trending audio, all that stuff. I was doing every single thing that those gurus, you guys remember, especially back in 2025, the beginning of 2025, we had all those gurus telling you, use the latest trending audio, do this, do that. I was doing all of that, but I was not having any success with selling digital products. It's not until that I discovered that you have to use sales psychology. Yes, because remember, you're selling these products to actual human beings. You're not just selling them to robots, you're not selling them to AI. You're selling these products to actual, real human beings like you and I, baby, you and I. So once I started to think that way, like, hey, what motivates me, myself, to actually purchase something? It is not the features, guys. Like when you guys see let me just go off tangent. When you're sitting and you're watching TV, a commercial comes on for a vacation, maybe it's a hotel, a resort. Are they selling you the hotel room? Are they going to sell you the tap water that you're going to be showering with? Are they going to sell you the features inside the hotel room, like, oh, you're going to get a coffee maker, you're going to get these color of sheets, there's a duvet on your bed? No, they're not going to sell you those things. They're going to sell you the experience, the transformation. Usually, I recently saw something for a commercial for an airline, right? They could easily have said, okay, when you get inside this plane, there's going to be this many seats, there's so much leg room, all of that stuff. But guess what? They did not do that. They showed somebody. coming from a snowy place, struggling to shovel his driveway, to sitting on a plane headed to a tropical vacation. Guess what they just did there? They just did a transformational selling, right? They did transformational storytelling. That is what sales, because this is something that's going to hook you in emotionally. You're going to look around and you're going to see, hey, I'm stuck in the dead of winter. I do not like it here. It is cold. There's the wind chill. I want to be on vacation. And you're going to see that commercial. You're going to remember the name. I think it was Sunwing or something like that, that one of those planes, Sunwing or WestJet or what have you, Delta. Then you're going to think, oh my goodness, if I book with Delta, I can go on vacation and I can enjoy myself. So that is the same thing, guys, that we need to start applying when it comes to sales psychology. You guys, a lot of people I see, they have amazing products. It's not the product that's the issue, it's the psychology behind how you're presenting that product, how you're selling that product. That is the issue that is coming up. And that is why you're not making sales, because you're trying to sell the features. This and this many modules, nobody cares. This and this many pages. If you have an ebook, guess what? Nobody cares. This and that. Guess what? Nobody cares. The features do not sell the product, you guys. You have to actually start to use sales psychology to get to the people, because guess what? Think about it this way, like for yourself as a real human being, you're not a robot, you're not AI, you're not anything like that. When you are purchasing something, even if it's an impulse purchase at the grocery store, what have you, what you're looking at is you're looking at the presentation, of course, aesthetics. Like we love beautiful things. Come on, we're human beings. But at the same time, they're selling you some type of transformation. It could be as small as you're not even noticing it, right? Let's say that you get like a piece of gum at the till. They're selling you fresh breath. They're not selling you the gum. They're not selling you the texture of the gum. They're saying this is going to give you fresh breath for the next 1 to 2 hours, right? So that's the transformation. So I need to see you guys selling the transformation, not the product, not the features, not the modules, not the number of pages, not the featured guest speakers inside your product. You need to start selling that transformation. That's what's going to get the customer from being undecided, hesitant, and even downright maybe even against the product. Oh, I don't need that, to hey, I actually need this product. So that's what you guys, we need to start doing. You can't just sit here and sell features. That's number one. So why digital products? First of all, this is mainly geared towards digital products, but guess what? You can apply the same theory to physical products, right? A vacation is a physical place that you go to. A resort is a physical place that you're going to. If you're selling clothes, you're not selling the material. Yes, mention that it is high quality cotton, no polyester, none of that. So you're going to mention those features, but you're also going to mention, hey, when you wear this on your vacation, this dress, it's breezy, you're going to be cool and fresh, and you're going to look good. That is what people are going to get. They're not just going to get something because it's not polyester. They're going to get something because it looks good. It makes them feel good. They're going to take it on vacation with them. They're going to take photos, keep those memories. So that is what we want to focus on, is the actual transformation, you guys. So I was doing this too. I was basically just presenting the product, selling the features, and I got crickets. That's how you do not make sales. When you're going to present that product and speak about all the different features, it has this and this many modules, it teaches this and this, people do not care. They want to see, okay, how is this going to change my life? How is it going to make my life any different? How is it going to move the needle for me? That is what they care about. They do not care about the features. So I want you guys to keep that in mind. You are selling the transformation. You guys, if you don't know how to do this, do not worry. Stay till the end. I'm going to give you something that's going to help you. I'm going to introduce you to something that is going to help you do this. So stay till the end. So Your messaging also, in order to start making sales, digital products or physical products, you need to actually, if you guys see me looking down, I made notes. I don't want to miss anything, you guys. So your messaging needs to be clear. Who exactly is it that you're talking to? Because if you just show up on these apps, you guys, and you're talking to any and everybody, you're going to be at zero. Okay. You need to have a clear who is it that I'm talking to? Am I talking to the stay at home moms? Am I talking to the busy corporate professionals, 9 to 5 workers? Am I talking to teachers who are burnt out? Am I talking to nurses who are also burnt out, healthcare professionals? Is that who I'm talking to? That is who you need to have at the back of your mind. Hey, this is who I'm talking to. Here's your solution. So you first of all need to be very clear as to who it is you're talking to. If you don't have that in your mind, you can just take a piece of paper, write it down, make sure that you know exactly who it is that you are talking to. Here's the thing, a lot of people think that by talking to any and everybody, that is how you're going to make sales. That is not how you make sales. That is how you stay at zero, you guys. And I have done that before and I was at zero. So you need to be clear on who it is that you are going to be talking to. Write it down. It's not that difficult. Think about who you were maybe 5 years ago, right? If you're a nurse, think about what kind of nurse you were 5 years ago. That is the person that you need to talk to. So 3, 5 years ago, okay? You don't need to be doing 10, 20 years, okay? 3 to 5 years ago, who exactly was it that you were? And that is the person that you need to start to talk to, okay? And also, buyers are not deciding based on all that you're offering, these features. I keep repeating this because I need to drill this in your head. Buyers decide based on emotions. So you're talking to human beings. Human beings have what? Guess what? They have emotions. That is who you need to be talking to. Your content is not converting because you're missing these things. The messaging is not there. You don't know who exactly it is that you're talking to. And you are selling as if you are presenting your product to a group of robots, right? AI robots. You're talking to human beings as the end user of your services, your products, anything that it is that you're selling. So that is who you need to be speaking to. Okay. So once you get I promise you, it sounds intimidating, but once you catch on to this, that, hey, I know exactly who it is that I'm talking to. I know the messaging that I'm going to be putting out there. I know exactly how I'm going to be talking to my audience, my chosen audience. And I will be giving you examples exactly how to go through this and what to say. I'm going to give you small examples and you can apply that to your niche, right? Actually, let me just give them to you, okay? So let's say that you are somebody who is selling a product, let's say an educational program that is geared towards new mothers who are struggling in postpartum, right? Postpartum is big for mothers. Ask any mom. It's a big transformational time in their lives. They're bringing in this baby, even if it's like their third baby, their hormones are all the way down to the floor. They're building right up. So it's causing a lot of issues. And so, if you're somebody who is building an educational program or product that is intended to support postpartum mothers, you're going to be directly speaking to them, calling them out in your content, whether it's the on text, whatever it is that you have on text on the screen, if it's like a reel that you created, a video that you create, short form, long form, the titles, you're going to put down new mothers. I know how hard it is. I was once an overwhelmed postpartum mama myself, having trouble sleeping, all of that. So you're going to mention exactly your story. Guys, you do not need to trauma dump. When people hear storytelling, a lot of people immediately think, let me trauma dump my entire story, my life story. It doesn't have to be that deep. It could just be simply you're saying, let's say that you're creating a reel for your product. It could be that you just say, hey, postpartum mamas, I too was there, was having trouble sleeping, overwhelmed with the new baby and my toddler at the same time. And here's what worked for me. And you go into the caption excuse me, excuse me, you guys. And you go into the caption because guess what? On-screen text does not give you a lot of room to work with, right? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go into the captions and you're gonna tell your story in a transformative way, right? That's key. You're gonna tell your story in a transformative way. You're gonna go from this mother who was overwhelmed, trying to do everything with a toddler and a newborn, and then towards the end, you're gonna say, "Then I discovered Dash." Could be a new method of sleep training this new baby. It could be a method of handling the child that you had before, the toddler who is now maybe jealous and acting out because guess what? You have a new baby and then you have attention given to this new person. So you got to go from like overwhelmed, slowly going by, and then I discovered this. And then for those of you who want to put down comment, learn, comment, um, comment postpartum, right? And then when you have people commenting these words, then that's when you're going to start with getting DMs, being able to have leads, transforming those leads into sales. That's how it works. Okay. So that's just one example, right? One example. Another example could be that you're maybe targeting overwhelmed, overworked healthcare workers like nurses, physiotherapists, psychologists, like the people in healthcare, right? And you're targeting them. Maybe you have something that could help them transition and maybe start to create their own practice, maybe create their own income without being tied to a job. So you're going to go the same thing, call them out, call your audience out. Hey, nurses. So I'm going to use nurses right now, right? So, hey, overwhelmed, overworked, and underpaid nurses. I too was in your position 2 years ago. Then I discovered how to do this and this. Maybe you discovered a side hustle. I saw something like that the other day, right? Then you're going to go into the captions. We're talking about IG, TT, that other app, any social media. This can apply to any socials that you have. Could be on any socials. So it's not just limited to one. Choose one social media platform, run with it, apply these strategies. So you're going to call these people out, hey, nurses, and then you're going to go into the captions, right? Inside the captions, you're going to go, I remember being an ICU nurse, overwhelmed and underpaid for all that I was doing, pulling in overtime, barely seeing my family, all of that stuff until I discovered this. I was skeptical, but I said, what's the worst that could happen? So I started doing this in between the pockets of time that I had with three young kids at home and a husband and all that stuff. And then you're going to say, if you're interested in how I was able to, sorry guys, I cannot talk today. But then you're going to say, if you're interested in how I was able to escape the matrix of healthcare, comment, um, overwhelmed. And the people are going to comment. It works. Okay. People are going to comment. This stuff works. You could use these same strategies when you go live, when you talk about a certain product, when you're posting your own content, when you're doing talking videos, talking head videos, all these same strategies you can apply. So the strategy is you call out the audience. First of all, like I said, I told you guys, write down who is your audience? Who is it that you're talking to? You need to write that down. Need to find out who exactly it is that you are talking to. Is it the nurse next door? Is it the mom next door? Is it the new mother? Is it the postpartum mother? Is it an engineer? Is it doctors? Is it nurses? Write it down. Okay. Once you find that out, start to create transformative storytelling type of content. Why should you create this type of content? Because it converts. This type of content, you guys, it hits up people's emotions. We are human beings. When we make decisions, even those people who claim, well, I'm not an emotional person, we make our decisions based on emotions. So that is what you need to apply to. You need to apply to people's emotions. Don't talk to people like they're robots, okay? Talk to people like they're human beings. Human beings who have what? Emotions, right? Got you. Okay. So Even sit down, look at ads. Like you're going to start to notice something. When you're watching TV, look at the ads. Even if it's for medication, it could be for flights, it could be for a vacation spot, a resort, a vehicle. I've seen it for cars. It could be for anything. Food, it always has an emotional element to it. Study those, you guys. Start to notice these things. They appeal to the human being. Okay. Emotions are not rational. Okay. So that's what you need to start selling the transformation. Sell the transformation, you guys. Okay. Modules, what's inside your course, what's inside your ebook, how many pages your ebook has, that has never sold anything. You're going to be at zero, zero. If you're doing all of that, that is probably why you do not have any sales whatsoever. If all that you're doing is you're basically sitting there telling people, hey, my course has this many modules, over 20 different modules, nobody cares. My ebook has 53 pages, nobody gives a hoot. Okay. Nobody cares. Oh, we're soon featuring this speaker inside the training. Nobody cares again. Nobody cares. It is shot on 4K high definition. Nobody cares. You could shoot it on a grainy camera. As long as you're giving value, people will buy. Okay. Nobody cares about that other stuff. That is robotic. It does not appeal to anybody's emotion. It's not transformative. There's no storytelling. You're going to be stuck at zero if you keep doing that, right? If you keep doing that. So, for those of you who've been listening, you're wondering, okay, this lady, like, she's going on and on and on about this, but how exactly do I do this? You're going to get inside what's called the strategy. That is right. It's a training that's going to show you exactly how to convert your leads to sales, how to use transformative storytelling to get from a customer who's saying that, hey, let me think about this, to, hey, I actually need this right today, right this moment. That's what it's going to do. Okay. That is what it's going to do. You're going to be learning exactly how to grow organically, no ads. So if you guys don't want to spend money on ads, this is organic. You're going to learn the strategies, exactly how to sell your own digital products, your own physical products organically with no ads, using these free social media platforms that everybody is scrolling on for free. Okay. How to close sales. A lot of us, including myself, like I would basically get a DM from somebody interested in a product, and I would hurry up, drop the link, and guess what happened? Crickets. Guess what that is? You try to sell too quickly. People get turned off so easily when you do that. So if you're getting DMs, yes, people are kind of, you're bringing in leads, but you're not closing those leads. It's because chances are you do not know how to close in the DMs. This strategy is going to show you exactly how to close in the DMs. It's going to show you how to put your content in front of the right audience. What is the right audience? The right audience are the people looking for your product. Okay. These are the people who are like, hey, I could really use that. They haven't found you because either you're hiding, you're creating the type of content that they're not even looking at. Okay. Those are the two possibilities. Why are you not attracting the right people to your content to convert them from leads into sales? You're creating the wrong kinds of content. Chances are you haven't identified who your target audience is, right? So if you've ever wondered how to close sales, how to close your leads, get inside the strategy, I'm going to drop it in the description box. Okay. Let me drop it in the chat actually. One moment. Okay. So for those of you who are interested, I'm going to drop this in the chat. Okay. Pardon me. Okay. Grab the strategy, get inside the strategy. It is on special right now. It's only 67. If by the time that you see this video, we have the strategy 2.0, it's coming out. Okay. So that is going to be a bit more pricey and this is going to go back up. So when you get inside this strategy, you're also going to get access to the strategy 2.0, which is a whole new training. You do not want to miss this because it's going to show you even more of what you need to start making sales. Guys, when I tell you I was at 0 for months before I discovered the strategy and I started to apply what I learned from the strategy, that's when I started making sales. Before, I was just posting any old thing on these social media apps. And I was at 0 for a very long time, a very long time. You need to learn how to do transformational content. If you don't know how to do this, you're going to be stuck. Okay. I wish I could share my screen and actually show you inside this strategy. Let me see. Okay. Actually, I can. Let me see. I can share my screen. One moment, you guys. Let me see. Okay, so let me share strategy. Okay. All right, so I'm going to share the screen and I'm going to show you exactly what is inside this program. It's an amazing program. If you're having any issues trying to sell digital products online, on Insta, on TT, on this app, anywhere else, when I tell you, once you get in, you learn these strategies on how to exactly do this without any paid ads. Everything is organic, you guys. Everything is organic. You're going to learn how to do every single thing. Let me show you, okay? Let me share the screen. Let me share my screen. A moment. Yes, allow. Okay, and same. Which screen I'm going to share? Is it the entire? Let me see. Entire screen? I don't know. Okay, let me share. We're having technical issues. Let me see. Let's what? Okay, I think this one. Okay, think. Let me see. Okay, so I'm trying to share the screen so I can show you exactly what is inside here. Okay, okay. All right. So yeah, this is the strategy. This is exactly when you come in, you're going to see inside we have a community, okay? It's going to show you exactly if you have any questions, you ask them inside the community, inside the classroom. You're going to see start here. That is where you start your target audience. It goes straight to business, okay? This is not BS. It's going to show you exactly what it is that you need to do from the jump, targeting your audience, aligning your reels for sales. And it says reels, but you could use this for any social media platform. Real performance strategies, story sequences that sell, creating leads and lead conversions, strategic selling on threads. Do you guys know how much money you are missing if you're not on threads selling your product? Physical or otherwise, digital products, physical products, your services, coaching. If you're not on threads, you are missing out. Mastering messaging in the DMs, daily operations, creating an infectious brand, starting a new account. It shows you exactly how to start a new account specifically on IG so you could set yourself up for success from the get-go. How to launch. So if you decide to launch your own product, guess what? It's going to show you exactly how to launch your own product. In-depth self-audit, how to actually audit your account, quick start your business, and so much more. Sales strategies, done for you promotional content. We have everything that you need. So when I tell you guys that everything that you need is inside the strategy, and this is how I actually started to make sales from going from crickets to actually being present and actually knowing how exactly I need to move on these apps so I can actually have success. That is what's inside the strategy. So if you're currently right now feeling so discouraged, you're ready to quit, give it one more try. Seriously, give it one more try. Because had I not done this, I would not have made the thousands that I've done so far since 2025. Had I not discovered how to do this strategy, I would not have made the thousands that I've made since 2025, you guys. Don't just sit back and watch other people do this. Like if you're seeing all these different people, and let me tell you something, a lot of these successful marketers that you guys see on these apps, they are actually inside the strategy. They might not promote the strategy, but they're inside the strategy. So they've learned exactly what it is that they need to be doing on social media to have success. Okay. They've learned exactly what it is that they need to be doing on these apps to see success. But if you're just sitting there and you're feeling discouraged, if you're stuck, I'm going to say who this is for. This is for you if you're feeling stuck. You're trying to sell digital products, you're not having much success. You think you need another course. You don't. You don't. You've tried every single thing out there, still no success. You're being consistent and still there's no success. You're at zero. You're feeling discouraged and ready to quit. This is for you. Okay. If you're feeling discouraged and ready, you just might, you're missing just a little piece. You guys would be amazed. You're missing a little piece of something. And a lot of people quit before they find this small missing piece is how to tell your story so that you could actually convert these sales. Let me tell you guys, I struggled a lot. Like with sales, I did. Because I thought that all that you had to do was post like a poster of what you were selling and put a few words and maybe do a talking head video. That is not it. There is a method to this. Okay, there's a method to this. And a lot of people, like you guys feel stupid, you feel dumb, but you're not. It's just that you're missing a small piece. Like, you know how you make a puzzle and then maybe your dog or pet dragged something out of that puzzle and you're done the puzzle, but you're just missing one piece. And then once you put together that piece, everything clicks. It's like, oh, wow, it looks nice, right? It starts to work. That's a puzzle. That is what a lot of people are not catching up to, is that you're missing that small piece of the puzzle and you're ready to quit. You're ready to quit because you're missing a small piece. So I urge you guys, like, don't be discouraged. Like when you see so many people having success, that could be you too, right? These are regular people, human beings having success. And guess what? If they can do it, you can too. You can too. So if you decide that this isn't for you, you've quit, then that's when you're not going to see success, right? The only way that you fail is by quitting. What are we doing here? We're not quitting. Okay. We're not quitting. Because let me tell you, had I quit when I did, when I was having all those challenges, I definitely would not have made the thousands that I made. I would definitely still be in high seat credit card debt, right? So do not quit. Find another way. If you guys are interested, the strategy is linked in the description box below. And for those of you who are having challenges, let me know, you guys, like what challenges are you having when it comes to these digital products? Like what challenges are you seeing? If you have questions, leave them in the comment section. Okay. But otherwise, get inside the strategy, learn the strategy, start selling those digital products, you guys. Don't just sit back and watch other people do it. We're regular human beings. There are people who are leaving their jobs, quitting their jobs, buying houses, buying their dream homes, moving into their dream places, all because of these opportunities that we have online. So a lot of you doubt that this is possible for you. And I was one of those people, right? If you doubt that this is for you, it's gonna stay not for you, right? If you think that you could do this, you could do this too. Okay. So if you think whether you think you can or you can't, you will. I think that's the same. Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, you guys hop inside the strategy, learn more strategies, exactly how you could start selling your own digital products. Don't get left behind. If you have physical products, if you do coaching, if you have digital products, educational products, they're not really, you're not having consistent sales. The strategy, get in, learn the strategy. Okay. Don't just sit back and watch other people. Nobody, one, sitting from the sidelines. There's not a single person that I know who could tell you that they've succeeded at life just sitting back watching other people do it. No, it does not happen. It does not happen. Okay. So get inside, you guys, learn how you can actually start to make sales because that is the same thing that I did. I was stuck for a while and I said, I almost quit actually. Till I came across the strategy, I was almost this close to quitting. So if that's not a testament, I don't know what is. This week alone, guys, I made over 1,000 just passively. 1,000 just passively on top of everything else that I do, right? So don't sit back watching other people do it. And thanks to the strategy, that is how I learned how to do transformational storytelling, how to post the right kind of content, how to attract the right kind of people that are looking for what it is that I was selling. That's it. Part-time, 1K. That's USD, which is like 1,500 Canadian, right? Passively, doing nothing. There are people who wait like days to basically do that. I did that within this weekend, and today's what? Today's Tuesday, 4 days. 4 days, you guys. 1,500. If I can do it, somebody who was stuck, you could do it too. You could do it too. So, with that being said, leave your comments, your questions in the comment section below. Grab the strategy, get in, learn what it is that you need to learn. So if you're having issues getting sales, consistent sales, you're stuck, you don't know what it is that you're doing when it comes to selling your own product, done for you digital products, affiliate marketing, you have no idea how to get started. This helps you with the messaging, finding your target audience, setting up your account. If people message you that they're interested or they comment something, like when you go on socials and you see people commenting something, you need to know what it is that you need to say when they comment something, right? So if you don't know exactly what it is to comment back or to say to somebody, this program, this whole thing is going to teach you. Okay. So that's it, you guys. I hope you guys are having a great Tuesday, an amazing Tuesday. I cannot believe tomorrow's April. At the time that you're watching this video, it's probably April. That is how quickly time is going by. Can you all believe like April is here? The years is the year is running. Okay. Don't just stay stuck, you guys.